Mo, give me your reaction on what the NCAA did to Penn State.
Well, the NCAA at this point had to do something. And while I will admit my instant reaction back in November was that this went beyond the boundaries of where the NCAA had jurisdiction, this got to the point that they had to do something. They had the power to do something. And what they did, I felt, was appropriate. Now, I think that the fact that they're going to vacate all these wins, I think that's for shock value. I think that's for window dressing. And look, they had to do something to Joe Paterno. Joe Paterno is dead. What else do you do? All that's left of this man is his legacy. I think his legacy doesn't go beyond enabling child rape and covering it up. But if you're the NCAA, you had to do something to Joe Paterno. Vacating his wins, which I think is a largely silly idea, is really the only thing you had left. Look, if you played in those games, you still played in those games. If you went to those games, you still went to those games. And if you made money off of those games, whether you're a TV network, whether you're the school, whether you're a conference, whether you're a gambler, whatever, you made the money on those games. I think that's largely irrelevant, but I do, as precedent-setting as that is, because no ineligible players played in those games, it's the only recourse they had. It's the only thing they could do to Joe Paterno. The other stuff I think is much more meaningful and I think is more appropriate than the death penalty. I think had they put Penn State on death penalty for 2 years, suspended the program, the Nittany Lions go away. They're out of sight, out of mind. Now, in addition to severe financial repercussions, which is going to go well beyond the $60 million, and $60 million is still a pretty hefty chunk of change, there's going to be reverberations that go well beyond 4 years in terms of the inability to recruit, the inability to compete, and just the overall black mark on the school and the football program. And yet, all the while, they're still going to have to field a team. And as they do, it's going to be a public spectacle. It's going to be a national story. It's going to play out live on television, which is, I think, more damaging and embarrassing to the university. Now, will this cause other universities to reprioritize sports, namely football, to a different extent basketball? No. But the NCAA at some point had to make a statement and had to do something that looked like it was trying to grasp control of sports. Will they ultimately? That's debatable, but they had to do something. They had to do something here, and I thought what they did for the most part was appropriate, was severe enough, and I think it certainly fit within the jurisdiction of the NCAA. Tell me what you think on Twitter, at MoEgger1530. You could also send me an email, mo@espn1530.com, or if you still write letters, 8044 Montgomery Road, Suite 650, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45236.